Welcome friends, welcome to this daily dose video. In today's daily dose video, we are going to see how to find all the floats of a given activity of a particular network. तो ये जो टॉपिक है ये कंस्ट्रक्शन प्लानिंग मैनेजमेंट से कंस्ट्रक्शन मैनेजमेंट से है राइट और उसमें क्रिटिकल पाथ मेथड में they ask what? To find out the total float, yes, free float, yes, then independent float and then the interfering float, right? तो ये जो चार float हैं, all these four floats, how to find within 1 minute, we will see that. So first I will explain you, okay, how to find out. Many of you know, but I will tell you in a fast manner, yes, and then we are going to solve a question in 1 minute. Okay, so I have a timer also set for that. Okay, you can see 1 minute. Yes, so let us start. Okay, so this is short introduction about myself. Let us go to this. Suppose this is an activity. It is an activity, right? And I and J are known as what? The events, and the arrow is the activity. Suppose this is activity A, and this activity has a duration of Tij. Duration of what? Tij. Now we know that every node is associated with one TE and one TL, right? TE and TL, right? The earliest event occurrence time and the latest event occurrence time, right? And that will be given to you in the question, okay? So, suppose this is what? TEI means what? The earliest event occurrence time of the ith node, yes, and TLI means latest occurrence time of the ith node, yes. Similarly, TEJ and TLJ. So if these things are given, then how to find out the float, total float? This is what? Total float, right? So obviously there is a lot of concept behind that, okay, but I'm just giving you a small trick, okay. You can go in this manner. You can go in this manner. This is total float. How? You see, this is equal to, you write down this term, right? TLJ, then subtract TIJ, and then subtract TEI. So if you do this, this is what? Total float. Actually, there's a lot of concept behind that, but this is a trick video. Therefore, I am not going into concept. Concept you can see in some other video, okay, obviously. But it's a trick. So this is very easy to remember, right? Very easy to remember, right? Next is your free float. Next is what? Your free float. So how to find out the free float? That is very easy. Now, once you find out the total float, then subtract what? The slack time of the head event. You see this arrow is indicating this event, J event. So this becomes what? Head event. Now what is the slack time for this head event? It is simply TL minus TE na. So TLJ minus TEJ. Very easy. Yes. And then the next one is the independent float. The independent float is what? What is the formula? Okay. What is the formula? The formula is, once you find out the free float, subtract the slack time of the ith node, or I can say tel node. This is the tel node because the arrow tel is here. You can say this is tel is here, yes. So the slack time of the tel node, this will be what? This will be same, TL minus TE, but TLI minus TEI because of the ith or tel node. Very easy. And then the last one is what? The interfering float, okay. The last one is the interfering float. Actually, the interfering float is very easy. It's nothing but what you know. It is nothing but the total float minus the free float. And if you see the total float minus free float is what? SJ, na? It is SJ. You see from this SJ. So like this you can easily find out, if you remember this thing, you can easily find out what? All the floats within 1 minute. Okay, within 1 minute you can find all the floats. Okay, so this is what we studied. Yes, this is the formula, final formula I can say. Yes, and as I told, total float, remember this flow. Yes, and then free float is total float minus Sj. Yes, And then independent float is what? The free float minus SI, yes, and the interfering float is this. So to solve one question, and I will now start the timer. Let us see, can I find out in 1 minute or not? So let us start the timer. Okay, let us see the question and start the timer. So first of all, total float. First of all, total float. So this flow. So I can say 56 minus 14 minus 8 giving me how much? It will give me 34, right? Then what is the free float? It is the total float minus Sj. Now what is Sj? Sj is 56 minus 32 giving me how much? 24. So 34 minus 24, it's what? 10. Now what is our independent float? Independent float is free float minus SI. Yes, so I can say 10 minus, what will be SI? What will be SI? SI will be 16 minus 8, that is 8. So 10 minus 8, that is 2. Yes, and what is your interfering float? The interfering float is Sj, that is 24, and I'll stop the stopwatch. So you see, so within 1 minute, I was able to find out all the floats, and even you can also find out, right? It was very easy, right? Okay, it was very easy. So this minus this gave me total float. 56 minus 14 minus 8 or 56 minus 8 minus 14. Doesn't matter. Okay, we'll get the same answer, right? And then free float, you found out total float, subtract the slack time of the head event. That was very easy. 56 minus 32 is 24, right? So subtracted, I got a 10, yes. And then independent float was what? The free float which you got, subtract what? SI. And what was SI? 16 minus 8, that is 8. So I got 2, yes. And as I told, interfering float is what? Your Sj, directly 24. Or I can say it is what? Total float minus free float. That is what? 24. So nice, you can see that I can easily find out all the floats of an activity within 1 minute. Okay, so hope you like this particular video. Thank you very much.